Josh, and I are here again. No, Matt for the second week in a row. But hey, we only need us to get this shit
Yeah,
done, don't we?
yeah, it's the core. It's the core. We had a few weeks without you. I mean, it turns out I'm the constant here, but
Yes.
we are ready to rock and roll.
Wait, no, you were away for a couple as well.
I haven't missed like this thing doesn't get recorded
Oh no,
without
but
me.
yeah, Matt, yeah, no, I guess we had a few weeks without any pod. So yeah, I guess you haven't missed any.
There was
You
only
are,
I think there was only 1 week that we missed a pod when I was
uh,
away.
yeah, Matt, yeah, thank,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Who? He's not here. I don't know
Meh.
him. How are you going? Should
Good,
we
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. Enjoying this weather. It's beautiful.
shall we get straight to it and just
Yeah.
do you want to talk about your week?
We can save it for the recap, mate. I've had a good week.
Okay. Okay. All right, we'll start softly then.
Yeah.
If you want to be like that. All right.
Well, you've
Let's
had the
open
last
up
shot off, so
Sleeper.
I'll save it after this one.
All right, let's
What
have
a
a
good week.
look. Sorry, check this over here. A pretty tight week. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Pretty tight week in the other league. Not so much in this one.
Nah.
What do
So
you what do we want to dive into here?
what did had what? Look at Riz's team. I don't. I last time I saw he was on like 120 something. I didn't realize he got up to 140.
So
Does
let's
he have the
what it
Texans?
let's see. Herbie had a good game. Calf
Yeah.
just a measly 10, just in terms of what he's
Hey,
doing.
he would take that based on his year so far.
Yeah, true. 10's better than zero. Demont 21. Obviously, we know the Lions love to run up the score. That's pretty fucking crazy. Juwan Jennings, like for how much action he had, like a 15 seems kind of low
Yeah,
somehow.
10
For
catches. Uh,
yeah. Let's keep rolling. Chase Brown, DeAndre
Swifty,
Swift, Dicker,
and then the Texans. Yeah,
Houston. Yeah. Yeah.
really good week for his. Really good, massive, massive win, which I believe we all backed in. I think I remember us saying we all like Riz's team. So very good.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just pulling that up on the other screen.
Yeah, all
Yes.
good.
Everyone except Clem said that they
Oh,
like
lovely,
Chris.
lovely. No, well done, Riz. Massive win.
Yeah, this
Is
is
that?
huge. I think that's mass
I was
complete
gonna say, is that 3 wins in a row?
implications.
Is it? Oh, we can't tell on this, but I know.
No, it would be 2 wins, I think. I don't know if it's three. I feel like he had one
Yeah,
on.
because they were both 0-5, weren't they? And then
Yeah, because he beat
Brisbane.
Kelly.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's two in a
Uh
row. So good work, Riz. First time you've done it
yeah.
all year. Well done.
We'd love to see it back to back. What else do you want to say? There's obviously we won't touch on Kelly and Marty.
Nah.
The Mish getting up with a pretty big score with 127. Let's look
Yeah.
at that. I guess
Look,
this
you go.
probably pays off with the Detroit running back and Jamal Gibbs. Like again, they just ran up that score. He's got
And
a
he's got St.
reception of
Brown.
54 yards, and
Did he
he
have St. Brown yet? Oh, I thought he did.
no, I don't think
Must
he
have
had, I
moved him on.
didn't think he had St. Brown.
Well, yeah. Josh Allen, Jimmy Gibbs, HN getting it done. Like massive, massive.
And CD Lamb has been a point of contention just around the league. Obviously, he was shopped around in the men's division as well. Proven that he's gonna just amass targets. Like yeah,
Uh,
12 targets, 93 yards. He obviously didn't find the end zone for Dallas, but still like
Good to
10
see.
points. Really good.
I think he got traded twice in the same hour on what was it, Friday or Saturday, whenever it was the trades happened. Like he went
Between the
from
two divisions.
no, in just in the flash.
Oh,
Um,
really?
I
Let's
think
have
it
a
went
look.
bang bang. I can't remember exactly. But it was bloody hot because yeah, like one happened in one league and then it just straight away happened in the next league and it was like holy shit. Oh
Wow,
no,
so
it was
this
Tyreek, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Tyreek
yeah.
who went bang bang. That's what it was. But yeah,
So
massive.
we had Tyreek and DJ Moore going to Robbo, and then CD and Pickens going to Sweepers.
The other way,
Ah, fuck, the other way.
as we saw CD on Robo's team. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And then yeah, Sweepers moving on Tyreek for Puka.
which was yeah this week good play.
Yeah, really good play. Which we'll talk more about. I can only assume.
And then yeah, look at Billy's and Sean's matchup. As Billy has said in the chat, his three best players this week were all picked up this week via the waiver and a trade where yeah, Brees Hall, very inconsistent season, not getting what you'd wanted from him out of a first round pick, but just went nuts on
Who did he trade
Sydney.
Brees Hall for? What?
Kenneth Walker, I'm pretty sure, with Dougal,
Mm,
who, I think it's just based on expectation. Like you would have expected Kenneth to not be as good as Brees. So when every time he popped off, you're like, fuck, he's way better. I'll have
yeah,
him. But yeah,
yeah.
Brees, massive.
Brees
Like
looked like
what?
a genuine first round pick, like
Yeah,
16
27 touches.
carries for a touchdown and then 7 receptions because Aaron Rodgers loves to check down to him, 43 yards and a tutty. So, one receiving, one rushing. That's what you want from a
Yeah.
stud there.
And did he start
Um,
T as well? Billy?
he
He
did.
did.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah. So T. Higgins also huge with 13 targets, 9 receptions, near 150 yards with a touchdown.
Yeah. He just makes, I don't know how the Bengals keep losing. They keep playing incredible football and just lose in the last drive from the other team. So
I can tell you how
it's,
they lost this week is
yeah,
the
they're
kicker
just scoring
missed
up
two
points.
field goals.
Yeah, that
Like,
doesn't help. Doesn't help.
but yeah, the Bengals are a totally different side when T. Higgins is out there. I think the
Mm.
coach was saying that they can't double both him and Jamar. So,
Yeah.
they'll double one and one of them's open. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah. And yeah, they're just a cheat code on at the minute, the way Joe Burrow's been playing.
That's pretty
Look,
lowly benches, but we don't need to talk about
big raps
that.
on him. We can talk about him in the memes league on a certain one's team, but yeah, big raps. Then
Shreepers and Jack came a little bit close today, but
yeah, big
ultimately,
effort.
yeah,
Jack
CJ and
Jack made a
Mixo.
tough decision to not start a kicker, and I think yeah that could look. It's still what 12 points or something. Yeah, 11 points, 12 points.
Yeah,
So
depending on who was on the waiver. Like,
doable,
obviously,
but
if he picked up Boswell, but I'm sure Boswell wasn't on the waiver here.
yeah, surely he's gone.
All right, so that's checking in on the ladder. We've got Kelly in first with the most points, 4 and 8 and 3, standing alone on the top with Billy, Strapper, and Dougal on 7 and 4, making our top four. Sweepers, Sweepers and Jack in 5 and 6 on 6 and 5. Wow, say that 3 times fast. Then in 5 and 6, we've got Dropper, Robbo, Mighty, and Riz all on 3 and 8.
Look, there's three names there. They're on the same record, but it feels very different for one of those managers right now. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, Riz is definitely on the up. Marty's non-existent, and then the experience in
He's on
Robbo
the
are
up
just
too.
he's on the up, but he's just doing his best.
Look, he's scoring over 100 each week in, week out, it feels like. So, like, that's all you can hope for, I guess.
That's half the ask.
Yeah.
All right, let's flip over. Let's start at the top. Let's rip the band-aid off. We're looking at our matchup. So we've got me versus you. I've scored a lowly 105. You've scored 142.95. I won't
Yeah.
rob you of the decibels. Highest score. Highest score for the
Yeah,
Mams
for the
Steve.
whole league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would keep tabs on that.
Well, we just saw it at 140 at Kelly. So yeah, good week for the boys. It started on Friday, and you were giving me like I was not fortunate enough to be watching, but I was getting a little bit of updates every time either Saquon did or didn't do something. You mentioned any other team with a stop on the 1 yard line, the running back's getting it, but now the Eagles they got a special man for that job. So that was a bit of a sting. And then all of a sudden, like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter to go, and just double bang bang back to back plays.
Yeah.
Saquon ripped off massive runs and really started the weekend off good for me.
And it didn't really matter in the end, but also you were bolstered by Jaden Daniels getting to a garbage time tutty
Yeah,
and a 2 point conversion.
yeah,
Obviously, like the number 15, and if you look at our two QBs, like Lamar Jackson didn't have a much better week on 16.95, but yeah, 15.35 looks a lot better than what would have been
it's
what,
like eight.
11?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
8.
well, 4-2. So yeah,
Yeah,
6 points, 8, 9 points. Yeah, so yeah, a
yeah.
lot better.
Yeah, so you started strong. The only thing, it was probably interesting to touch on the battle of, we talked about the synergies between our teams, but the battle
Yeah,
of the two LA Rams. So Puka for you
yeah,
with 123 yards and a touchdown. And then I had Cooper with 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. Obviously, that Rams defense just really wanted to throw. This is the first time that both of those two have had like a full, real healthy game.
yeah.
Obviously, Pookie came back and punched that dude in the head the other week. And
We don't count that.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, that
looking
was
really good.
really good. Just everything you want to see as a fantasy football player. Just lots of yards and scoring opportunities. Can't dream of much more.
And then today you had Mixo just topping it all off. Anything you want to touch on there?
I think it was, what was it, 19 after Jamar yesterday. I got up to, I think it was 19 in front, and I was like, look,
Yep.
there's a world where,
Dallas
Tank
muck it
Dell,
up and it's
yeah,
just kicks is what I was thinking.
yeah, just kicks like Fairbairn kicks over 20. It's still very doable and
Tank Dell rips off
makes,
a big one.
yeah, like, and then I don't know, 5 minutes into the first drive, boom, Mixon, 45-yard touchdown. I'm like, yep, that's it. Just settled,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
worries at all after that, and just continue to roll on. Even punching one in the last quarter, already up like 16, 17 points. So yeah, just really mega day from him. Getting a high score with two blokes combining for less than 1 point is it's good. It's good. It's good. It's what you want.
I would propose next year that we bring in like a weekly punishment for blokes that have zero or less scores. So if you score
Not a full
zero or
point.
negative, yeah, oh yeah, not a full point. I reckon that's a better thing. If you start someone that doesn't get a full point, you've got
Yeah.
to chug a beer or
Yeah, I'm a fan for bringing weekly punishments back. It's been I reckon it's been sorely missed. I don't know. Did we do it last year or was it the year before we last did it?
I don't think we did public humiliation last year. I'm pretty sure we did it when we had the 16 team league.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I reckon it's been something to miss. It's a bit harder with two leagues, but I'm sure everyone, if there was a weekly punishments, someone would be able to keep tabs. Oh, post a video or do this once a
Yeah,
week. Like it's just good to see. It's just more shit to talk about and hang on
it's
other people.
community. It's very much community. Yeah.
But look,
Um,
Josh, you had a 7 win streak, and I'm happy to end it. So this was
yeah.
this is very good for me. I'm
Your
very
team's
excited about
looking
the prospect.
good. It's kicking right at the right time, isn't it? Like, who would have thought Kamara would be this relevant this late in the year? Everyone would have probably written
Oh,
him off by
yeah,
now. And then obviously Puka like holding for long enough for him to come back and be healthy. Jamar Chase is always a stud. Travis Kelsey, like this is I probably called him on a down week, you would say,
oh, very much
from
so.
his
Yeah,
recent form.
yeah,
Purcell, like I think that's fixed with the waiver, and then obviously Mixo just looking like an absolute stud this year.
monster.
All right,
What do you
it's
have to say about your team? Like Debo, 2 points.
oh, did you see? I don't know if you tracked it, but Debo, when that game finished, he was awarded the lost fumble from like the laterals that they did.
Oh,
And it actually put him in negatives. And I was looking at it and I was filthy. And then I went home and I put like the YouTube 15-minute highlight on. And I
yeah.
was like, how does it count that he's lost the fumble? Because he throws it to the lineman and then the
Oh, yeah,
lineman
yeah,
tries to lateral it to somebody else. And then that's where the fumble happens. And I was like, oh, it must be some weird thing that like if you initiate the laterals, therefore
yeah.
it's your fumble.
That
But
would have
then
been
I
the
checked
switch up.
later and and they'd adjusted it. But yeah, I think that's a massive fizzer. I mean, obviously, like um, it's probably the right time to talk about the San Fran sort of offense, but I
Yeah.
think it's totally juiceless at the moment. Like they
Mm.
lost 17-20 to Seattle. McCaffrey, he had 10 points, no touchdowns from memory, so that's 100 all-purpose yards there. But like
Yeah.
Debo just hasn't taken on. Like
No.
Ayuk's out for the year. You would think that, Kittle didn't play in this one either. He was a late
Yeah.
scratch,
That
so
would have hurt.
you would have thought for the same reason that Purcell would have kind of kicked on as well, given that there was less kind of receiving options out there. Um, Purdy still looks fine. Like I think all of that is fine, but there's just like no explosive plays. Like
Yeah. It's not clicking.
it's it's disappointing to see because like that offense when it's firing, is one of the most exciting ones that we have.
Well, you look at last year, they were like 30 points a game, and you wanted as many pieces as you could on your team from it. So, yeah,
Yeah. And now that's just totally switched to the Lions. Like obviously the
yeah,
Lions showed that last year, but Dan Campbell's offense is like we're gonna score on you and we're not gonna stop.
yeah, it's a thing of beauty, really, for everyone.
What else we got? We got Footbrush and Tom in a pretty tight finish. Both on pretty respectable scores of Tom with 122 and Footbrush on 126.
Yeah,
Um, in terms of this one, just looking at it, we've got the two RBs for Detroit matching up. Uh, Demont just getting slightly better of Jameer here.
you almost call
Uh,
it a wash.
yeah, for sure. And then Estime, Luke starting his boy did absolutely nothing. It's still a three-headed beast that Denver back backfield,
Yeah,
which is awful and not really conducive for fantasy. Amon-Ra has scored a touchdown 8 weeks in a row now. So,
Yeah, and
you could
11
probably
of
take that to
11
the
too.
bank.
Just fucking clinical,
Automatic.
clinical.
And then the
I,
best tight end in fantasy and Brock Bowers, like
I thought you were
just
going to say Taysom Hill.
oh, I mean, oh yeah, actually. Yeah, Tom will be looking at this and be like, fuck me,
Damn
if
it.
Aaron Jones doesn't fumble or
Yeah.
if Devonta Smith even shows up to the building,
If the
like all of
Steelers
these
throw one
scores,
touchdown, that's game.
yeah. Yeah, but they don't. They just kick field goals.
Like, have you ever seen like look at Taysom? There's so much text under Taysom Hill's name. It's ridiculous. He's got
Yeah, so let's
completion,
let's
carries, and
let's break
reception.
it down. It's probably easier in that stage. So he's thrown twice, he's completed one pass. He also threw an
What's big?
interception, which is incredible. He had 7 carries for 138 yards. Taysom Hill is 34 years old.
He's
Just
not quick,
we know.
or he doesn't
He
look like he's running quick, but no one can catch him or tackle
he had 3 rushing touchdowns. He had 10 targets for 8 receptions,
him.
50 yards, and then he fumbled and lost that fumble.
Yeah,
So
so could have been a
um
bigger day.
the boys the podcast I was listening to were saying like this is a football player. Like
Yeah.
this is like the modern man, well, like the old man's Travis Hunter. Like it's amazing that he's not out there playing bloody cornerback or something like that as well.
Yeah, I think Debo has dreams of being Taysom Hill, like just being
Yeah.
involved in every play in every way possible. Like, yeah, it's a thing to behold. Just the way
Yeah.
they use this man. Like, how many? So you got 10 targets, seven, so that's 17, and then yeah, two throws as well. Like, Jesus, what a game. I don't know. Defense is kind of put like +10 for both defense, like double digits for both defenses is very good. Obviously, Houston popping off, but yeah, Tommy just couldn't get there, which was tough for him. I know he
Yeah,
voiced
especially
it in the
knowing
chat.
that he had Aubrey to play today, who is traditionally, if you have Dak Prescott under center there, you're
Big
probably
points.
pushing the ball further up the field, and Aubrey's getting a chance from 60 yards out. So, um, bit disappointing. And yeah, Tom's been vocal about his disappointment.
I know Luke was very sad towards the start of yesterday morning. He said, I've reached the point now where I'm not looking till the day's done. So things can turn in fantasy before we know that. I know that also if you want to go to the bottom, another close matchup, Kobe nearly pulled off what no one would have thought was possible. But yeah, Joey B proving again he's the hottest, almost the hottest quarterback in football with the way he's throwing the ball. Another 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 32 big points for Cleveland getting him over the line.
Yeah,
Massive.
that was huge. That was absolutely huge. And again, like a guy that I don't think I believed in from the start of this pod. Like you
Nah.
probably keep the receipts in terms of the
Yeah.
throwing 3 days in a row. Um, Pretty ugly matchup in terms of if you're starting Sam Darnold. Like obviously he's got Jay Jettas, but
Yeah.
not too much else going on there. Um, any other sort of things to note is probably that this is would have been Kobe's biggest score for since forever. Um,
Actually,
I reckon
he's
probably for the
still under a
year, right?
thousand, I think. So it's hard to check that way. Yeah, I think he's still under 1,000 points on the season. If you scroll down to the bottom, like yeah, is he fucking
Yeah.
hell? So yeah, what's that? 11
Odds are,
weeks.
let's just assume that this is his
Yeah,
biggest score for the year. We're not going to do the math. But
no,
yeah, obviously McCaffrey, like, yeah, just about over 100 all-purpose yards, but finding no end zone is really limiting in
yeah,
terms of that. And if you're going to live by calf, which he has, obviously holding on to him for so long,
yeah.
that's probably disappointing for him.
Well, the good thing to see is getting like 27 plus touches, so it'll come. You'd think it'll come. He's like
Yeah.
they've done too much, like they've proven it too much to not just be good at offense anymore. So it'll come.
Yeah, and Kobe, like Kobe got
Fucking
fucking
hell.
lucky on some of these picks. Like MVS, Marquez Valdez Scantling doing it
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row, with 2 receptions for 87 yards and a touchdown. Like that's you're pulling stuff out of your ass sort of shit. And then also
He's got
I would say Quentin Johnson for 2 receptions on 8 targets for a touchdown. That's another thing that I remember in our last week's previews. I was like, you don't want to be starting Quentin Johnson.
nah, nah. Look, he's got 4 Bills starting, so that's never where you want to be.
No.
Like, and none of them are either James Cook or Josh Allen, so it's really, really upsetting. And see on his bench though, he's got Mike Evans, and you'd think he'd be back or he's on the bye. Is it this week or just now? Oh, they were just on the bye, so maybe he's back next week.
Yeah.
That'd be good, as well as George Kittle maybe getting back.
Yeah. So
Um,
he's been seen practicing
that's good.
today.
That's good. So that'll be a bit of a boost up. But hey, he's had him before the whole year and didn't win many games. So who knows? Maybe it's just not Kobe's year.
Yeah, I guess it's probably just staving off relegation at this stage. So he's
Yeah,
probably poised pretty well to do that. And Dobbins is also one that's looking good. That Chargers offense looks great. Talking
yeah.
about the hottest QB in football, I think
Oh
just
yeah.
watching Justin Herbert zip those throws around like
Fuck, he throws it
that's
good.
fucking electric, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
It's just like he might not have like the most talented arm, but when his throws are the best. They look the best on the camera anyway. Like
For
never
sure. It's a
super like
dart.
high unless
Yeah.
he's like throwing a Hail Mary. It's just like 40 yards on a line.
Yeah. Yeah. It's coming straight at you. It's on a rope.
Mm.
The other one probably worth talking about is Zach's versus Hayden.
Oh,
Obviously, this one, looking at the scores, Zach's finishing on 104.05, with Hayden taking out the matchup with 105.65. Uh, Zach's just winning the QB matchup, which nobody would have thought. Bo Nix getting a berg with 31.85, looking really really good. That Denver offense just beat up Atlanta, scoring 38-6. He had 4 touchdowns.
yeah. Only
Um,
missed 5 throws too. What a game.
yeah, and usually Bo Nix also sneaks in one himself. Like
Yeah.
people don't think of him being that mobile, but that's pretty exciting. But obviously Hayden got the dub there. Did any of today's matchups matter to
Yeah,
that?
Nico Collins was the one, literally. I think he
Yes.
was 4 points down. So just literally got him over the line. And yeah, there was, look, I don't know if you watched the game or just seeing the score updates through Sleeper. First play of the game, Nico Collins, 70-yard touchdown. Uh, we'll call that back. There was an offensive line down the field. Yeah, we'll call that back. So
Oh, the worst of all the calls is
like
is
just
lineman
rubbish,
down the
absolute
field.
rubbish.
Like, what the fuck does it
Yeah.
matter?
Didn't affect the play at all because it was like pretty much like 10 meters from the sideline and he just
Yeah.
beat a guy and was gone. But yeah, did enough for them to get the win in the end. As I told him is, an excellent managerial masterpiece, did exactly what he needed to do. And look, Zave, you hate to see it. I don't know who you don't start, but so many points on the bench from two players, I think that would have
Yeah,
gotten
so
the job done.
Xavier Worthy with a touchdown, and then T. Higgins is probably the big one, missing
Yeah,
for almost 150 yards and a touchdown.
yeah.
Obviously, that changes your week when you start that,
That's it.
probably
That's the
over Tony Pollard.
yeah, like you can be excused because like obviously coming back from the injury, and then yeah, no one really starts Xavier Worthy with any sort of confidence, but yeah, it
Yeah,
just sucks to see.
yeah. I guess like the other one is Zay Flowers just dropped one that hit him in the sternum, from
That's
Lamar
so
Jackson that
funny. Literally on the
probably
chat.
would have won them the game,
Yeah.
if Justin Tucker could fucking hit his kicks. That's probably another
Oh,
one that you
yeah.
probably look back and he was
Hey,
one.
that's -2 points for the kids.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So there it is. So maybe it's time to give up on your boy.
yeah. Maybe change that nickname, Save, because it ain't doing shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Clock's
there's something
broken.
to be said about the kickers this year because they are not kicking the same way. And
Yeah, you got
I talked a lot about kickers in the first couple of
yeah,
weeks.
yeah. You got like feels like Boswell, Aubrey, and maybe put Fairbairn in
Fairbairn as
there, and then
well.
that's
Yeah,
about it. Feels like no
yeah,
one else is like, oh, this is money now. Like
yeah.
everyone's missing from everywhere.
You could say Bates has been pretty good for the Lions, I would say. He's on
Yeah.
your team, isn't he?
No, I've got
Yeah, I think
the
it might be
Niners
on.
one.
Um, Jake Moody, who Debo tried to fight last week.
Yeah. Fair enough. He
Uh,
missed 3 kicks. I'd want to hit him too.
let's have a look at the tipping. So we are looking pretty good. It's very tight. Mort missed the tipping last week, so we might award him Clem's tips, which
He's got
won't
three.
won't do him any fucking favors. So you had a pretty hot week in the Flash. You
Oof.
had four, I had two. And then in the Mams, I had four and you had three.
That's
So that
enough.
takes us to 72 and 71.
That's enough.
Also worth noting, you said that Mahomes would outdo Stroud last week. I just want to show you, and obviously, like you've probably seen what I wrote there,
Mm,
but just in terms of what actually happened, that was week 11, right?
it was.
So if we're looking at QBs and stats, we've got it appeared
Is it
different to
load?
me. Yeah,
Yeah, 18.
I'll organize it probably. Pat Mahomes on
Where is he? Oh, keep going.
18.
Fucking hell. Yeah, down.
18.
Yeah.
For me, last time it appeared, it was like Pat Mahomes here and then CJ Stroud. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, interesting. But it was CJ Stroud scored 13. So,
fucking. Hey, called it.
yeah, you did call it. You called your shot.
Fuck yeah.
Uh, awesome. Let's jump into next week then. I'll drag this over here and we'll start tipping. Let's go back to the flash. Oh, actually, let's just check in on the ladder because that's
Yeah,
something we love
it's
to
a
do
little bit
here.
more closer this week.
It definitely is. Sorry, my
You're good.
sharing
You're good.
bar is in the wrong spot. We have myself still in first, dropping to 9-2 now, with Hayden one game behind now, closing the gap in second. Yourself, Bradley, you're third and 7-4. And then we've got Footbrush and Zach's 4-5 on 6-5. Sorry about that. And then Clem 5-6. Tick 4-7. Tom 4-7.
Jeez, look at the
Pat 4-7.
log jam.
Kobe 2-9.
Yeah, now
So
look, remembering bottom goes straight down. So Kobe, 2 games behind with what, 4 or 5 weeks to go in the fantasy season. He's gonna have to do a lot of work.
yeah,
Gonna have
not
to do
not too
a
much,
lurk.
not too much room for error here for Paul Cobe. Paul Cobe, would you call him that? No,
Nah,
probably
he won
not.
last year. No, he got his trophy.
All
That's been
right,
the pattern,
let's
hasn't it? You win and then you go down.
yeah, and then you fuck right off. You stay there, it seems. All right, let's have a look. Kelly versus Droth. I think
No Kamara
pre
for Kelly.
Yeah, so projections for Kelly, and obviously we're doing this pre-waivers. It's Tuesday night. We're also doing this before anyone probably has adjusted for the bye. So
Yeah.
it's a big bye week. So obviously checking this, we see the Saints. We also see Jacksonville, Buffalo on bye.
Oh, fuck, Buffalo as well. Bloody hell.
So for Kelly and the New York Jets, obviously whoever's watching this has already adjusted their own team, but Kelly
Yeah.
has three big-ish. Oh, well, yeah, three big players. Evan Ingram
Yeah.
is a serviceable tight end to try and make up for, and then also Amari Cooper on the bench. So she's either playing one down or benching someone.
Yeah.
I would assume that
Sure.
Brock Purdy gets dropped. Kyler Murray comes back in off the bye.
You would think so.
What are you seeing here? Droff has
Look,
got a pretty stronger side coming into the bye. No real
just the
qualms.
defense,
Obviously,
but
just
that's whatever.
defense is droppable, so that's
He's
no
got,
stress for him. This
look,
is a funny look because
I was
it
going to
looks
say,
like three Carolina players, but
yeah,
it's actually two now.
Johnson's still got the same picture. Look, the thing
Johnson's
I want
probably
to,
ready for the waiver too, it
yeah,
looks like.
thing I was going to say, he's got Kareem Hunt, and I think Pacheco's back for week 12, so it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. They're playing Carolina, and they just lost, so this could be a 50-6 Chiefs win. Um, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that looks. He's already altered his projections. He was like in the double digits for last month, and now he's on 2.5. So that'll be a good to see. But yeah, look, um, Mar Jackson coming off a loss, Washington coming off a loss, and the Chiefs coming off a loss. That could be massive for those three players there. Cooper Cup looking back and healthy, almost like a Cincinnati situation. You can't double both the receivers, so one of them's going to be open throughout the whole game. And he's just as good as anybody in the league with Matty Staff thrown to him. Their ultimate connection that they have. And it's hard to not like Staff's team here pre any movements, but Kelly's done so much on the board that I'm going to tip her, I think.
You're gonna tip Kelly. I'm gonna take Trough. I just feel that Kelly, with her position now, probably doesn't need to win this week. If I'm thinking about how I would manage such a big bye week, I would probably just go in with one less player, just kind of ride your buys out, and if you win, if it comes off, that's great. But your boys will have to, it'll take another Saquon Berg against
Mm,
the Rams. I don't know off the
they're
top of
pretty
my head.
good.
I can't. Yeah, I can't think of that. I don't think they've got a soft belly for the run, so
No, they're
they'll
pretty
have
good.
to earn that. Zay Flowers, oh yeah, just in terms of bad memories. Same with Calvin Ridley, had a down
Yeah.
week. Madison, I would never play. He actually left the game with an injury last week as
Oh, I
well.
did too. Bloody hell. Maybe I
So
shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't tip Kelly.
no, I'm not gonna. I reckon you've already locked it. And
Since Sharpie.
well, you say it's funny you say that, but for some reason it's already gone in and bold.
Oh wow,
So,
look at that. I guess it's in bold too. Yeah, okay. Guess that means she already won.
so I've got Giraffe, and he's also in bold. I'll fix that.
Look at that, double points. Nah, look, I'll stick with it. I said what I said. I'll stick with it.
All right, let's look at the next one. We've got Riz versus Marty.
Chalk it up to
Whoa.
Riz.
Chalk it up to Riz.
I'm
Oh,
just that
yeah,
that confident. His team's back. Marty's whack.
yeah, yeah. Vibes. All right, we got
Is that a
Jack and
60 or
Dougal.
80 in his projections? Sorry.
60.
Oh God.
And same. Jack's
Yeah, Jack's
projections,
got
which is showing 64.
no chase,
He has
no
no
Garrett
Chase, no
Wilson,
Wilson, no
no Pitts.
Carl Pitts,
Oh no.
no kicker.
He's got Pacheco back. We should be back, but yeah, that's a tough ask to replace all them. And then this is Billy Dougal's team. No Bijan,
Yeah,
but
no Bijan.
is that it? You can chuck
That's
someone
it.
up there and then play, I guess, Jalen Waddle or drop Taysom Hill. Or no, drop ETN. We've been saying
I
this. Drop ETN.
Yeah, I don't think he's dropping Taysom Hill. Like for who's he got in tight end? Hawkinson hasn't fired yet, obviously coming off that pretty brutal leg injury from
Yeah.
last year. So for me, I've got Dougal. Like I just feel like that team is a little bit more well-rounded just with these bye weeks. Like those are two
It's
huge
yeah,
holes
it's
in defense. And then obviously tight end this week on the waiver is probably going to be as scarce as it ever has.
yeah.
So yeah, for me
Yeah,
it's
it's pretty
Dougal.
hard. It's pretty hard to fill up all those holes. If it was just Jamar or Wilson or Pitts, you'd be all right. But all three at once, yeah, it's pretty hard
Yeah.
to fill all that. So I'll take Dougal as well.
Do you keep Bucker on IR? I reckon he's ready to be dropped as
Yeah,
well.
there's plenty of kickers, man. I'm not holding him out. Like it's 4 weeks he's not playing, so I get another kicker.
All right, we got Sweepers versus Billy. These are pretty healthy projections, so let's take a scroll and see if anyone's on buy
Everyone's
here.
playing. It's good. He's already moved him. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Billy's 1 week ahead, so he's already moved Brees, Devontae, and T. Higgins to the bench. So this is full squads essentially.
Yeah,
Billy
just
projecting
based
at
on
90.
preparation, I'm going to tip Bill. He's ready
Yeah,
for it.
just the
He wants
vibes.
this week. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like looking at it, what
It's
is
like there's some shit names, but they're there. So I'm
to
I'm
be
happy
honest,
with it.
I feel like a lot of this is washes for me. Probably not
Yeah.
Dehan and Stevenson, but Stevenson had a better week from memory. I
Either
saw him
this week
do
or last week,
stuff.
a couple
He
weeks
said
ago. He's
back
back
to
in it
back.
though.
Yeah, he has had back to back 70-yard.
Yeah, he's
Not that
involved.
that's yeah, he's involved. Rashad White, probably
They're playing the
yeah,
Giants. It's good.
yeah. Tommy Cutlets is back.
Yeah. Hey,
Bit of this. Puka and Jay Jettas, that could also be a wash. Jackson
yeah,
Smith
both
and Jigba
against.
looked pretty good. Same with Marvin Harrison.
mm,
Let's who are you gonna take? I'll let you go first. You said
Yeah,
Billy because of preparation. I'm gonna take
yeah,
Schweepers.
yeah. Billy preparation, D Henry, Jay Jetters. It's good having those big names on your side. And look, Bo Nix is playing in a division against the Raiders. Looking for him to go off. Jordan Payton's put on a fucking clinic this year.
Do you reckon
So
Max Crosby's gonna get in his head?
no, not this time.
He's gonna
Oh,
be
they don't know
tagging
what the
him.
fuck they're doing. They don't
The
fucking know.
the benefit of Denver is like that O line is pretty strong. He can stand in there and just point guard, just throw like
Yeah, they and Sean Payton, such a good coach, just makes it easy. Like there's going to be someone open. Just wait till you see them. Like
yeah,
it's
just go
it's
through
so
your
good.
progressions, find the read.
Yeah.
All right, last one. We've got a bit of a grudge match. It's David versus Goliath, and I'm not
Yeah.
just talking height.
No, they're both Goliaths. The two heavy hitters, as one would
We've
say.
got Strapper and Baby Robbo. So in terms of this, he's going to have to cover Jalen himself, Josh Allen,
Yeah.
Dawson Knox,
Oh,
which
it's a healthy looking list though, isn't it?
yeah, I
Like the
mean Bucky
names.
Irving comes back. Kate Otton's looked good, but obviously if we're expecting Mike Evans back, there's probably a bit of a dip there. I would probably play Kate Otten
Still,
over
yeah,
Dawson Knox
Cotton.
anyway. Yeah, Cotton. Yeah, I guess yeah, it is
Yeah,
just Cotton, isn't it?
I'd still chuck it in.
Um, Yeah, and then obviously his running backs are really strong with Jameer Gibbs. Achan probably looked a little bit more like himself as well, finding the end zone this week.
Yeah.
CD is still finding sort of that volume. George Pickens could be anything. to lean on that old phrase.
There it is. There it is.
I try and resist saying it now.
It fits though. It could be anything. You never know. He's either going to punch a bloke or catch two 80
I
yard
reckon
bombs.
he's still. I reckon he's probably just going to do both. Like he's
Yeah,
like
he'll catch an 80-yard touchdown and punch the bloke he caught it on.
he's waiting for a interception so he can turn around to whoever's
Just
on him and
bang. Not even the guy with the ball.
Strap obviously moving off Lamar recently. It has Jalen Josh Jacobs, which is pretty strong.
Yeah,
San Fran D
nice.
is pretty tight though. Brian Robinson looked better this week, coming back off two
Healthy
weeks of
matchup too.
hamstring. Yeah, against Dallas, so he could run up the score, but I would also say that he is probably more likely to be iced out of that game a lot earlier if the game script flips.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon that they would easily run with Eckler or the Mick guy that
McNichols?
McNichols that comes in. They
So
kind of rotate that around.
you reckon there's a chance Dallas could get up in this game?
No, I think there's a chance that Washington goes so far ahead that they don't pull out
Ah,
Brian anymore. They
yeah,
just
yeah.
put him on ice and say, play out the
We're
first half.
good. Yeah,
I
we're
actually
good.
think it's happened in some of the other games.
It, yeah, for sure.
Um, I would be able to pick it up. Maybe
Arizona and
CC.
Cleveland. Arizona for sure. They were up massive early. He only played
Yeah,
63%. And then the Cleveland, I think, was the same thing, unless that's the game.
yeah,
No, he wouldn't have got hurt. Two tatties. Yeah,
yeah,
that would have been the same.
yeah. So looking at that, like that's game script dependent, but pretty intense. Amon Ra, like I have no reason to think that Dan Campbell's not going to keep feeding him, so he keeps getting touchdowns
So
in a
good
row.
matchup as well.
Uh, James Conner coming back, like that's exciting. Mike Evans just slotting
Hey,
straight in.
Sean's got a really nice team here. I think it's going to be hard not to tip him. Like
Yeah,
he's got a really nice looking team.
I just feel like the quarterback between whoever's on waivers here in the Flash to replace Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, like it's
Not
miles
good.
between. Like it's
Yeah.
not going to get the same sort of upside that Jalen Hurts has, and
No.
that might be what it comes down to for this one.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I'm going to back Baby in because I want to see him make a run for not getting
Oh
the
yeah.
last here.
True. True.
And that leaves you open to take Strap if you want him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take Sean.
Awesome. Let's flick over to the main div and go into the next week. We can start from, yeah, let's just start from the top.
Yeah.
Um, I've got Tom this week. My buys look like Brees Hall and Amari Cooper. Cooper looked pretty decent this week. He had a few big gains,
Bloody
but
hell, he had a one good catch on the sideline though. There was like
yeah, it
a
was just right in the
third
bread
down play, and he
basket.
just like right, like lifted it in the
Yeah.
hands. That looks good.
Hopefully that after the buy kind of turns on. I've been kind
Yeah.
of waiting for that to kick more than anything.
Yeah.
For me, but in terms of everything else, pretty as per. I think
Yeah.
there's a few.
Cotton back in.
Yeah, Cotton straight back in. Taysom off for Tom, which I'm very happy about
Yeah,
because I
that's a
would
good.
would have
We've
hated
seen
to
it. We've
cop
seen the ceiling.
30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, now show me the floor.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, for me, I'm going to tip myself. I think this is
You
bounce
have to.
back week for me. James
Yeah.
Conner is a huge coming off a bye. Like I just feel like that's going to do wonders for him.
I think
Great
he's like
having
locked
B-Rob
in
back.
for double digits. Like that's all he does. No
Yeah,
matter,
he
he's not gonna like blow your team up. He's too consistent. He runs so hard.
yeah he runs like it's the last time he's going to touch the ball. Isn't that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Heard that
That's
last
it.
week.
That's it. And
Who do you
yeah,
have?
I kind of said it in the flash matchups, like Washington and Baltimore coming off losses, looking for them to just absolutely try to stake like stump their foot back down on their divisions, get big
Yeah,
wins.
I'd also hope that the San Fran kind of turns it up a notch as well, coming off that
Yeah,
loss, like off a Geno Smith drive down the game. Like we kind of hope that Debo gets a bit more game script, uh, for him to get him involved.
look,
So that's my case for me. I think
yeah,
I can get it done.
I think the scariest thing on Tom's side is the defense. That could be where you lose the game. They're playing Will Levis.
Yeah,
That could be 20 something points right there.
I mean that could also be a shootout where they fucking go
Yeah,
like
it
they
could
just
be.
he could run up the score like he. this week he had a 98-yard touchdown to Nick
Oh yeah, that was
Westbrook-Ikhine.
that
Like
was
from literally
wild.
he threw it from the end zone and
Yeah,
then just
just
they blitzed too hard and he found the open man. It was 98 yards. The one of the longest in Titans history.
yeah, that's absolutely massive. I think yeah, only Joe Kenny beats that with a 99 yarder. But yeah,
Yeah.
wild, wild. Look, for the sake of me, I've got Tom winning this. It's gonna help me in the tipping. It's gonna help me on the ladder.
Game
Um,
script.
yeah,
We're talking season script right now.
this is what I need. If I can get out of the three, maybe get to the two, or realistically the one, so I don't have to play two or three, which is looking like I don't think Plem can drop lower than three. So
Hmm.
yeah, get out of the 2-3 matchup. I'd love to, see you sadly come down. That's what it's gonna have to cost.
All right. Well, we'll go into your matchup. So you're taking off foot brush this week.
Mm.
Just doing a quick scan of the buy. So you've got Jamar on buy and
It's
that.
Jameezy, and then a healthy buy
And
bench, but I'm making big changes to that already. I was like, I'm not really realistically taking anyone out of my starting lineup for a waiver player, so I just went for upside in case anybody got hurt.
yeah,
Didn't happen this week, but yeah, I can't have four people on buy on my squad, so there'll be
yeah,
changes made.
yeah. Algier, what did he finish with negs this week as well? It
Tell you
was somebody
very
somebody that
shortly.
was bad. Yeah, negative 10.10.
Yeah, there you go. So just one touch, lost a yard. Had a boy.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, on the other side of the wager, we've got Footbrush. Will he start Purdy? Yeah, that's his quarterback. Jamar Chuba coming back in. We've heard threat of Jonathan Brooks starting at Carolina
he's playing. He's definitely playing.
because they've had their bye now. They
Yeah,
went to Germany and then they come back and they've had their bye. So, would you rip him straight into a Kansas City defense? I guess why not at this stage? Like you've held on to him for that long.
every team they're going to play is better than them, so you might as well play him after the bye.
That's
It's
insightful
not
stuff.
going to.
That's stuff you can
Yes,
only get here on the podcast.
it's not going to get any different for Carolina Panthers. But look, I don't know. It'll be good to see how they're going to involve him. Obviously, big raps for him coming out of college, but knee injury, like an ACL, feels like just a common injury nowadays. With how
Mm,
often they've been and how good the medicals are. So we'll see
yep.
how well he can move. But he'll at least get enough probably involvement to limit Chuba's ceiling that he's had in the rest of the season so far. But you know, as we talked about, St. Brown, Sun God doing his thing, Jaden Reed
Yeah.
catching another touchdown, but tough matchup. Scary Terry, look, had it all last week. I think he had maybe one catch. Didn't do anything. Washington didn't really throw as a whole. So
No, they blanketed him. It was just he was
yeah,
like whoever the Philly corner was just had him had him, in a
in his
glove.
bucket. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a better analogy. Thank you.
It's all right. But look,
Uh,
my quarterback could directly affect this. Obviously, Curran being their best receiver. If Jay Daniels gets it thrown, it's most likely going to benefit Luke.
mm,
Um, but we're on a bit of a streak now. I think I've won four in the trot, so I'm backing the running backs of my team to really do some heavy lifting and get the job done for me.
yeah, I think I'm gonna back you in too. I'm playing tipping game script now because I don't
Yeah,
I don't want this one to be the difference. I don't know if Footbrush has enough. I actually think that like he might be, the boom of Footbrush between St. Brown, Bowers, and like you said, McLaurin might
yeah.
be huge. Malik Neighbors might get a new QB bump. Tommy DeVito is just going to be fucking feeding the best guy out there.
Hey Malik,
He's
oh,
yeah.
that's what's gonna happen.
Um, that was good. In terms of Tommy DeVito's coming off the practice squad too. He's not even like signed to the roster. They're elevating him and then signing him ahead of Drew Lock, which is
That's
a
what I'm
real
saying. Who's the
shame
backup? But
for
got
somebody
that.
that loves to do that. Like, put the backpack on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got you for this
Estimate.
one.
Already
Estimate
one
on the
week and he's
bench.
gone to the bench. What's happening, Luke? He was your boy.
Can you put him back
Gone.
in? No, yeah, you might. Probably not.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right, Kobe looking real weak at projected 53. So let's
Yeah,
scan
look,
these
if
buys
Tim's
in
got a
this
healthy
matchup
lineup,
this
this is a
tick.
wash.
Tim's
You have
got
to
a
check
healthy
out back.
lineup.
Yeah, we're gonna this is move on. This is great.
How funny is that the league is in such a state that Tick can have both Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen on his roster at the same time?
And he's playing the worst quarterback.
That's fucking that's really good stuff. Yeah, so obviously big bye week for Kobe with Buffalo and
Look at
New
it.
Orleans.
So it's like seven people on by.
Oh man, he really went all in for last round and it didn't pay off.
Didn't pay off. Look, it's funny. Tim was
So
0-5 and looking like the doldrums, and now he's overtaken Kobe by 2 games and going to rub one off him here. So, geez,
yeah,
what a season.
yeah, that's great. We love to see that, and that's why we play. Hayden versus Clem, another one that's fucking yuck in terms of
Yeah, Joe Burrow
but
heaps.
Joe Burrow on bye for Clem. Oh,
And James Cook and Garrett
James
Wilson.
Cook
Yeah,
and
that's
Garrett
tough.
Wilson.
You can't get those points back.
No, so Bijan and then Brian Thomas Jr. on
Oh,
Clem's
by yeah.
side. Yeah, I got to say Clem. I just, if you were Clem, what's your move here? Who I don't know the waivers off the top of my head, but who would you be looking at?
I think the best quarterback there is like Jordan Love, but they're playing San
Mm,
Fran. But it's in Green Bay. It's getting colder this time of year, so the California team might not like that much. So yeah, I'd be looking at Jordan Love.
yeah, yeah. Is Justin Herbert out? Baltimore
Nah,
defense is
Pat's
not
got
that
him.
much better.
I think Pat's
What
got him.
about
Now,
yeah?
Baltimore defense isn't that like they're good because they had Lamar and Derrick Henry just running up points, but the defense has been torched. But yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you take Jameis? I hope he runs it up
Oh,
against
actually, for
Carolina.
the vibes, I fucking
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I could see that happen. Who are they playing? Who the Browns got? Pittsburgh. I'm not taking
Pittsburgh.
Jameis.
No, oh, sorry. I'm looking at
Yeah,
Kareem
yeah,
Hunt thinking the
nah,
Browns.
nah,
Yeah.
yeah, the Pittsburgh. I'm not taking that. Sorry, Clem.
Yeah. I was just thinking Geno as well, but even Arizona. Oh, I don't know if I'd
Oh,
do
you can
that.
take that. Yeah. Anyway, there's
Yeah.
options. We'll say that.
So that's Hayden for us.
Yeah.
And all
Josh,
right.
I'll
And
let you
then
take this one because I'm happy to take whatever you don't.
all
What do
right.
you
So
see?
what we're looking at is a 50% split between Pat and Zach's. I'm going to do a scroll to see who's on bye. We've got Carl Pitts and Devontae Adams for each respective team. Young Wei Koo is taking a well-deserved break after being absolutely trash, and
Yeah.
same. And the New Orleans defense is taking a break for Zach's team. He probably wasn't going to play T. Higgins anyway. Kyler Murray, I think
I don't know.
would against Seattle do. I'm not sure. I would probably still play Kyler, just even though the rushing upside is kind of there with Justin, he just doesn't do it as much. Like I think this week he had 50 yards, but it was only on 2 rushes.
Yeah.
Um, I am gonna take because it's better for me, Pat. So I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it's Kyron Williams and
Jay Taylor.
Jalen Waddle popped for the first time ever.
Wee. So you're leaving me with Big Dick Bo Nix.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see Zave definitely getting Tyron Tracy off his bench. So that's good. I'll happily take Zave here. Bo Nix gets the Raiders, as I said. Big game.
Big game, big game. I don't know that that'll be one to watch. I think that Tyron Tracy, they'll probably run heaps. Obviously, we talked about Tommy Cutlets already, so
Oh,
that's probably that's really gets me.
we're
That's
just throwing it. I don't know if you remember Davino from last year, but he throws some absolute like floaters. Like they're not quick. It does not
yeah,
zip
he's
out his
under
hand.
it. He's just
He's leaning back like this for
yeah.
30
It's
yards.
park stuff. It's just stuff you would do if you throw into your little cousin just to give him
Yeah,
like more time to track
yeah,
it.
that's it. Get under it, boys.
Uh, great. Well, that brings us to the end. We'll just check in on the tips, but obviously we still have the accumulator to do.
We
So
do. We
we will
do.
spin the wheel, and Matt can be punished for not being here, and
Yeah, he get last pick.
he will
Two
pick
weeks in a row.
last.
Stuff him.
So let's have
We're off the
wheel of
quarterbacks
names.
now, so every position matters. So he can spit last. There he is, last. Can't get
Catch.
first pick 3 weeks in a row, can I? Yeah,
I reckon
go
you can.
do. Oh, I was gonna say do. Oh no way! If you're not watching, the wheel spin slowed right down the last sort of half of my name, and it's like a mill onto Josh's side. This is unreal. What a
Oh
win. I
wow.
was going to say
That
do our names twice. There was 4 spots, but it's the same. Doesn't matter.
all right, we'll check on the accumulator. So from last week,
Ooh.
you picked
Ooh.
up Jalen Hurts, who had a score of 20. And then
Healthy.
Saquon, sorry,
Yeah, 31.
yeah, yeah. And then Saquon obviously had a huge week as well. So that's accumulated up to sit you at 60.55. Matt taking Josh Allen last week had 26. Derrick
Mm.
Henry, pretty measly just in terms of 22.6. I've had Lamar, who's totaled for 52, and Justin Jefferson had a quiet week at 8.1. So I am ahead by zero point 0.4,
This is
which
good for you to
is
get first pick here. Very
which is
good.
good. And it probably fuck, I had the
Who to
list.
pick? This is tough.
This is tough, and I think talking through it, we as I still I know who I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Amon-Ra St. Brown just because of
Oh, bang.
all of the shit we talked about. I just feel like that you want a piece of the Lions offense, and I reckon this is the one that I want for the longest time. Have they had that? They've had that bye too, haven't they?
Yeah, week 5. So he's
Yeah,
playing.
because they went overseas, I think.
That is fine, Josh. You can give me Jameer Gibbs. I'll happily live
Jameer
with that.
Gibbs.
I know Monty's the 1 yard man, but bloody hell, they get Gibbsy involved, and he's just more fun to watch and root for. So yeah, we'll go with that. You can just go Jay Gibbs if you want. We can roll with that.
That's how his name's spelled, isn't it?
Because I think there's a H in there, maybe. Yeah, Jahmyr. So you're pretty bloody close. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Jah.
beauty. And then we'll reach out to Matt. We'll get him to put it in the group what
Nah,
his
we'll put
accumulated
in
pick
we'll put
is.
in a name.
I don't think I could pull a third name out.
Yeah, look, okay, the top running backs we got Karen, Demo, J.K. Dobbins, top wide receiver. This is based on what they've scored for the season. You got CD, Drake London, Terry McLaurin. Look. He hasn't got he's got one running back. How about we'll do rock paper scissors? If I win running back, if you win, it's a receiver.
Should we put it on the wheel? Let's do that.
Oh, actually, yeah, running back receiver, and then we'll just
And
pick
we'll do
based
your
off projection.
fours. I reckon
Oh,
this is an interesting experiment. You mentioned last week that you were picking as if it was an actual draft. So
yeah,
hence why you went running back.
yeah,
Um,
receiver.
receiver.
All right, that on my books, it's you can either pick between Nico Collins or AJ Brown.
Oh, fuck. I don't think I'd take it. Nico yet,
So
so I'm thinking
Nico's
AJ
playing
Brown.
Tennessee, AJ Brown's playing the Rams, Puka's playing Philly. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe
I'm going to
Tyreek.
take AJ Brown on
Yep,
his behalf.
yep. We can
Lock
update it
that
now.
in.
That's not a bad pick at all.
Awesome. So the accumulator is rolling. We are well into the season now. Obviously, it's
Mm.
nice and tight. Um, if you Josh Allen on bye this week, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, stiff.
Lamar Jackson with his bye coming up, and same with Derek, obviously in the same team.
Yeah,
So
this was going to help me. Hertzy's already got one done. This is how I call you back
yeah,
after your big bloody week with Lamar first week.
yeah, yeah. I reckon this is only going to be more exciting from here. I'm really keen to see how this goes. And just to show off my beautiful spreadsheet, this is how it's all working. Billy,
Oh
this is just for
wow,
you. I hope you're
wow,
watching this. It's
jeez.
it's really nice. It totals and then pulls in, and it just looks really good.
That is really good. See, this is why you're here. Like this
This
cements
is
your
why I'm on the
status
ones
on the
and
pod.
twos.
Yeah.
All right,
Everyone
then
knows.
I'm
Oh,
just
you just leave. Everyone knows they're
no.
wrong.
All right, Bradley. Thank you. Congratulations again. At basketball on Sunday, you
Yes.
will be receiving a six-pack
Yes.
of hard solos as per your request.
Yes.
You had to do it again. Like I said in the chat, congratulations on playing your grand final in week 11. It's at
Hey, at least I won. Means I'm a
least
winner.
you won. And you know what you have to do? You always just have to beat the guy in front of you. That's what
Hey,
you're
that's
able to
all we
do.
have to do, Josh. It's the number one rule
Yeah.
of the league.
Six
Just beat.
blokes before you couldn't do it.
That's true. Hey, I was the one. I think I started your run all the way. No, mustn't have. It's 9 weeks. But didn't you last
I don't
lose
know how
like
it
week one
works.
or two?
Uh, well, if I won six in a row and it's week 11, I would have lost week four.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because I don't know.
Because I think, yeah, who cares? Who
Who
cares?
cares?
It's all about finals at this
Yeah,
stage anyway.
that's
Just
it.
kind
That's
of
it.
trying to aim up. I'm not
Yeah,
looking back. Thank you again, Bradley. Always a pleasure.
never sure.